Peggy Lynn Johnson, aka Recine County Jane Doe, was found on July 21st, 1999, in a cornfield by a father and daughter walking their dogs in the area. The cornfield went along the road 92nd Street in Raymond, Wisconsin. The police were called. The woman appeared to be badly beaten. Her arm was bent behind her back in a way that wasn't natural, possibly broken. Her body has only been there for around a day because witnesses have said the day before she wasn't there. It did rain sometime after she was dumped there. Really, any evidence that was possibly there washed away. The woman's body was dragged from the road about 25 feet, then dumped near the cornfield. The woman had a gray men's shirt with a flower design on the front. She also had on black sweatpants. She didn't have any shoes or socks on when she was found. The autopsy revealed that this woman was neglected for some time and was physically abused for years. There was an infection in her left elbow that wasn't treated. She had chemical burns all over her body. Some road rash was also found. Her ribs and nose were broken. It also shows that some of her injuries were done possibly after she was already dead. It appeared that the woman had cauliflower ear, which is an irreversible condition where if you get hit in the ear too hard or too many times, it kind of swells up and resembles a cauliflower. And if you haven't noticed, boxers and fighters get that type of injury because, they get hit in their face a lot, in their ear. The woman was between the ages of 18 and 35. Her front teeth protruded from her mouth. She had some missing teeth. Also, some were decaying. She had curly reddish brown hair that was shoulder length with some blonde highlights. Her ears were pierced with 2 earrings in each ear. Her eye color could have been maybe hazel, brown, or green. This was hard to tell because how badly she was beaten. Nobody knew for sure at the time, but she could have worn glasses, even though none were found. Cause of death was sepsis pneumonia. This came about from infections from the injuries she sustained. Recine County Jane Doe was laid to rest on October 27, 1999. Holy Family Cemetery in Caledonia, Wisconsin. 50 people were there that day. Her gravestone reads, Daughter Jane Doe, with her discovery date and also when she was buried. Gone but not forgotten. Over the years, Recine County Jane Doe had multiple facial reconstructions done to help with identifying her. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children made a reconstruction in 2012. Carl Koppelman has made his own reconstruction of Recine County Jane Doe and what she may have looked like when she was alive. Carl Koppelman has made Jane and John Doe facial reconstructions since 2009. So far, he has made over 250 reconstructions. There was a theory at the time that maybe she was a visitor from overseas, possibly a runaway. In 2011, a lead came about that maybe the Jane Doe is Andrea Bowman. Original name was Alexis Badger. This girl had disappeared from her adoptive parents' place, located in Hamilton, Michigan. DNA was used to test the Jane Does to the biological mom of Andrea, but it comes out they weren't a match. They also ruled out Tina Ambrosio and Karen Wells as possible girls to be Recine County Jane Doe. 2013, Recine County Jane Doe was exhumed, so there could be more testing done, like isotopic testing, to her bones and hair. Tests were done. The investigators determined new leads were found, but nobody knew what the leads were. The police kept that information to themselves. In 2016, it was announced to the public that Recine County Jane Doe, through testing, revealed that she spent most of her years alive in Alaska, Montana, or portions of southern Canada. It is possible that she could have been from that area. There was an arrest and eventual identification. February 8th, 2019, Recine County Jane Doe police revealed through DNA testing her real name is Peggy Lynn Johnson, 23, of McHenry, Illinois. Her killer was arrested November 5th, 2019. 63-year-old Linda Sue LA Roche. Linda Sue LA Roche had her own nursing practice started in 1997. Linda LA Roche was taking care of 23-year-old Peggy Lynn Johnson. She was a bit cognitively disabled, so Linda was there to help Peggy. When Peggy went missing, Linda never reported her missing. Peggy's aunt did put out an ad in December of 1999 in the Northwest Herald asking for Peggy to contact her. The aunt never got a response. Linda LA Roche had confessed to others in Illinois that she had killed someone. One of the people Linda had told went to the police. This is where Linda gets charged with first-degree intentional homicide and concealment of a corpse. But here's where Linda confessed that Peggy had overdosed on prescription pills that Linda kept in the house. Linda never called 911, nor did she try to help resuscitate Peggy. Instead, Linda decided to dump Peggy's body. In reality, Peggy was beaten and pretty much tortured while in the care of Linda LA Roche. On March 16, 2022, Linda LA Roche was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of 23-year-old Peggy Johnson. This is a really sad case, knowing an 18-year-old girl gets preyed upon by a 50-something-year-old woman, and then she gets put into Linda's house and she gets beaten, tortured, and whatever else Linda decided to do in the few years that she was with her. I believe it was about 5 years, because her mom had died, and after her mom died she had nowhere to go, and she preyed upon the cognitive disability that Peggy had, and it's just really sad. One thing that I always like to say is, keep that head up even in the darkest of days. Just know that everything will get better. Just keep going and keep working towards your dreams. You'll eventually get to wherever you need to be, and the good will eventually come. And always remember to stay safe out there, because it is a crazy world.